Hello friends, good evening. Today we discuss about the Git. Okay, what is Git and GitHub? Let's discuss. Okay, Git is a version control system. Git helps you keep track of code changes. Git is used to collaborate on code. Git and GitHub are different things. Okay, why Git? Over 70% of developers use Git. Develop, Developers can work together from anywhere in the world. So Git is using. Okay, 70% developers are using Git as a version control system. Developers can see the full history of the project. Okay, developers can revert to earlier versions of the project. Okay, features of Git. So what is feature of Git? Like when a file is changed or added or deleted, it is considered as modified. Okay, you select the modified files you want to stage. Okay, you select the modified files you want to stage. Okay, the staged files are committed, which prompts Git to store a permanent snapshot of the files. Okay, Git allows you to see the full history of every commit. When you commit the code on GitHub or by using the Git, then Git allows you to see the full history of every commit. Okay, by putting the any command, then you can see the full history of the every commit. You can revert back to any previous commit. You can revert back to any previous commit. Okay, suppose you commit the code, commit the command, and you can revert back to any previous commit. Okay, Git does not store separate copy of every file in every commit. Git does not store a separate copy of every file in every commit, but keeps track of changes made in the each commit. What is GitHub? Okay, let's discuss. What is GitHub? Git is not the same as a GitHub. Okay, GitHub is as per my knowledge, Git is a one type of SCM, right? Okay, SCM, and Git is a version control system. GitHub makes tools that use Git. Okay, GitHub makes tools that use Git. GitHub is the largest host of source code. Okay, it is a source code host. Okay, GitHub is the largest host of the source code, and in the world, what do you say? Uh, you can just see. Yeah, GitHub makes tools that use Git. GitHub is the largest host of the source code in the world and has been owned by Microsoft since 2018. Okay, configuring Git for the first time. Okay, Git, you want to put the command like git config hyphen global user dot name, enter your username here. Okay, second is like git config hyphen global user dot email, enter your email here. General Git features. Okay, what is general commands or general Git features? Okay, so we can see right now initializing Git. Initializing Git command is like git init. Okay, Git know Git now knows that it should be what the folder you initiated it on. Okay, .git creates a hidden folder to keep track of changes. Okay, .git creates a hidden folder to keep the track of changes. Okay, staging files or adding files to Git repository. Staged files are files that are ready to commit it to the repository you are working on. When you first add the files to an empty repository, they are all untracked. To get the Git to track them, you need to stage you need to stage them or add them to the staging environment. Git add file name with extension. Okay, git add file name with extension. Staging all files in a folder. Okay, git add hyphen all or git add hyphen a, that is command of staging all files in the folder. Okay, or when you first add the files into empty repository, then they are all untracked. To get the feed to track them, you need to stage them or add them to the staging environment. Okay, when you pushing code or when you what do you say first add files to an empty repository, they are all untracked. To get git to track them, you need to stage them or add them to the staging environment. Okay, so for this you git add file name with extension. Okay, and staging all files in a folder, for this you can use the command git add hyphen all or git add hyphen a. This is the command. Okay, making a commit after the you pushing the code in the staging, you want to use the command for making a commit. Okay, just 1 second. Making a commit, adding commits keeps track of our progress and changes as we work. Git considers each commit changes point or save point. It is a point in the project you can go back to if you find a bug or want to make a change. When we commit, we should always include a message. Git commit hyphen yum, enter your message here. Okay, when we commit, we should always include a message. Okay, so when we commit the code from staging to the remote repository, then we should use this command like git commit hyphen yum and enter your message. Okay, it is optional. Okay, but it is standardized. You can put any message. Okay, enter your message here, and git commit hyphen is a command. Okay, git commit without stage, something when you make a small changes using a staging environment seems like waste of time. Okay, it is possible to commit the changes directly, skipping the staging environment. Then we can use the this command git commit hyphen a hyphen yum and enter your message here. Directly you can change push your code in the remote. Sometimes when you make a small changes using the staging environment seems like a waste of time, so it is possible to commit changes directly. Okay, status of files and log. If you want to status or log, then you can status of files and log. You can see by using this command git status file status in more compact way. Git status hyphen short. Git status hyphen short. Okay, feature a file status in a more compact way. Log of a file. Log is used to view the history of commits for a repository. Log is used to view the history of commits for a repository. Git log. Git log hyphen online. Okay. Git help. If you are having trouble remembering commands or options for commands, you can use the git help. Okay. Okay. Suppose you or remembering not remembering commands. So there is an option for commands like you can use git help. Okay. See all the available options for the specific command. Git command hyphen help. Okay, git command hyphen help. This is the command for you see all the available options for the specific command. See all possible commands by using the git help hyphen all. If you find yourself stuck in the list, view the Shift plus G to jump the end of the list. Then, if you find yourself stuck in the list view, Shift plus G to jump the end of the list. Then Q to exit the view. Okay. Then press the Q to exit the view. Okay. After that, Git branching. What is a Git branching? Okay. In a Git, a branch is a new separate version of main repository. Okay. Branch is like what do you say? In Git, the branch is a new separate version of the main repository. Suppose there is a main branch one, and there is a different systems are there. So they have different branches are there. Okay. Branches allow you to work on different parts of a project without impacting the main branch. Okay. When the work is complete and branch can be merged with the main project, we can even switch in between the branches and work on the different projects without them interfering with each other. Okay. Making a new Git branch. Git branch. If you want to making a new Git branch, then you should go to this command like Git branch, name of the branch. Then if you put this command, then you want to create new branch. Okay, making a new Git branch, then you can use this command Git branch name. Okay, so we can create the new branch. Okay, checking all the available branches. So if we put the command like Git branch, then we can check all available branches. Okay, switching to the other branches. Git checkout branch name, making a new branch and directly switching to it. Git checkout -b branch name, we can directly create and switch on this branch. Then we should go through this command. Okay, we should go through this command, making a new branch and directly switching to it. Okay, deleting branch. Git branch -d branch name. Okay, so if you want to delete the branch, then git branch -d. Okay, this is the command, git branch -d branch name. Merging two branches. If it's preferred to change the switch to master branch before any branch needs to be merged with it. Git merge branch name. This will merge the specified branch with our master branch. This will merge the specified branch with our master branch. Working with GitHub. Okay, working with GitHub. So GitHub, this is the GitHub. Okay, let's discuss about the Git and GitHub. So just 1 second. So we are coming in GitHub. Okay, yeah. Checking all available branches, Git branch. Okay, switching to other branches, Git checkout branch name, making a new branch and directly switching to the Git checkout -b branch name, and deleting branch, Git branch -d. Okay, branch name. Merging two branches, then we can use the Git branch name. Working with GitHub. Creates a GitHub account to create your remote repository. Now create a new repository where we will be uploading our files from local repository. Okay, suppose first of all you want to create new GitHub account to create your remote repository. Now creates a new repository where we will be uploading our files from local repository. Okay, GitHub. Why need GitHub? Because we want to create a new remote repository and we want to push the code from local repository to remote repository. So that's why we want to create account on GitHub and make a new repository here. Okay, creates new repository where we will uploading our files from local repository. Creates a new repository. Like if you want to create account on GitHub, then after that you create a new repository. Okay, import the repository or create new repository. So you want to fill the form this. You want to name the put the name of repository here, and owner name and description, public or private, initializing repository. Okay, creates repository. By filling this information, we just click on the create repository. Now, local repository means the repo which is on your system, whereas remote repository means that the one which is the on other remote system, like server, for example GitHub, okay, GitLab, Gitbucket, Bitbucket, etc. Understand, friends? Local repository means that repo which is our system, whereas remote repository means the one which is on other remote system. Remote system like server, or what is it? For example, GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket, okay, etc. Push local repository to GitHub. So we should go through this. Push local repository to GitHub. Copy the URL or the link of the repository. Copy the URL or the link of the repository we just created. Link of the repository that we just created. As an example, it should like this. Paste the copied URL in below git command. Paste the copied URL in the below git command. Git remote, add origin, and paste copied URL here. If you want, what is a push local repository to GitHub. Suppose we want to local repository on the GitHub, then copy the URL of the link of the repo that we just created. As an example, it should like this. Paste the copied URL in the below git command. Git remote, add origin, and paste your copied URL here. And git remote add origin URL specifies that we are adding a remote repository with the specified URL as an origin to our local Git repository. Okay. Finally pushing our master branch to the origin URL remote repository and set it as a default remote branch. So by using this command, git push hyphen set hyphen upstream origin master. Okay, go back into the GitHub and see the go back into the GitHub and see that the repository has been updated. Go back into the GitHub and see that repository has been updated. After that, pushing the local repository to GitHub after doing the above process at least once. Okay. Pushing the local repository to GitHub after doing the above process at least once. Okay. When you set up, if you connect the remote repository to local repository by using the git remote add origin and paste your copied URL here, and then you can connect pushing master branch to the origin URL remote repository and set it is a default remote branch. Then you want to go back on GitHub and see that repository has been updated or not. Pushing the local repository to GitHub. Okay, pushing the local repository to GitHub after doing the above process at least once. Git push origin. This is the command. Okay, first commit all the changes. Then push all the changes to our remote origin. That is remote repository on GitHub. First commit all the changes. Okay, First you want to commit all changes on the remote repository, that means on GitHub. Pull local repository from GitHub. Pull local repository from GitHub. When in the morning developers or testers are going in office, then first of all you want to do this job, git pull origin master. Okay, this is the command for pull local repository from GitHub. So git pull is used to pull all the changes from a remote repository into the branch we are working on it, and it is a combination of fetch and merge. Use it to update your local repository. Git pull origin, okay, master. Pull branch from GitHub. Okay, so first check which branches we have to and where we are working at the moment by git branch command. Okay, first check the what do you say, we are or which branch we are what do you say, which branches we have and where are we working at the moment by using the command git branch command. Okay, since we do not have the new branch on out local git which is to be pulled from the GitHub, so to see all local and remote branches used, so to see all the local and remote branches used, so see all local and remote branches, use git branch -u. For viewing only remote branches, for viewing only remote branches, for viewing only remote branches, for viewing only remote branch. So git branch -r, this is the command for viewing the only remote branches. Now the new branch is seen in the console, but it is not available on our local repository. So let's check it out using the git checkout. Now run git pull to pull that branch on our local repository. We can now check the available branches using git branch. Now the now the new branch is seen in console. Okay, but it is not available on our local repository. So let's check it out using the git checkout branch name. Git checkout branch name. Now run git pull to pull that branch on our local repository. We can now check the available branches using. We can now check the available branches. We can now check the available branches using git branch. Using git branch. Using git branch. Okay, we can check the available branches. Push branch to GitHub. When you want to push branch on GitHub, then first let's create a new local branch which will be pushing to GitHub. Enter a command git checkout -b. So you want directly switch on this. Okay, git checkout -b branch name. Okay, you can check the status of the files. Create a new local branch and which will be pushing the GitHub. Enter the command as git checkout -b. It means you can create and switching on this branch git checkout -b branch name. You can check the status of the files in this current branch using git status. Okay, and commit all the uncommitted changes for all the files in this branch using git commit -m Now push this branch from our local repository to GitHub using the git push origin branch name. You got it? First, if you want to push the branch on GitHub, then first of all we create local branch and we will be pushing the GitHub. Okay, enter the first command git checkout -b branch name, and you can check the status of the files in the current branch using the git status. Commit all the uncommitted changes for all the files in this branch using the git commit -a -m. You can directly commit the code on the GitHub, okay, or master branch, and a message here. Now push this branch from our local repository to GitHub using the git push origin and branch name. It means all changes are also pushed on the GitHub, and your branch also push branch also GitHub, push branch to GitHub, okay, git push origin branch name, okay. If you want to git clone from GitHub, if you want to cloning the project from the GitHub, then we want to we can clone a repository from GitHub on our local repository. A clone is full of copy of repository. A clone is a full of copy of repository, okay, including all logging and versions of files. Move back to the original repository and click the green code button to get the URL to clone. Copy the URL, okay. Now in the now in the git bash, enter the following command to clone the copied repository onto our local machine. Now in the git bash, enter the following command. Now in the git bash, enter the following command to clone the copied repository onto your local machine, okay. Now in the git bash, enter the following command to clone the copied repository onto your local machine. If you want to clone the project from the GitHub or remote repository, now we want to git bash, enter the following command to the clone the copied repository onto your local machine, that is git clone and copied URL from the copied from the remote repository, okay. And to specify the specific folder to clone, to add the name of the folder, and after the repository URL like this. To specify the specific folder to clone, to add the name of the folder after the repository URL like this. Git clone copied URL and folder name, okay. This is the cloning of the project, okay. Cloning of the cloning the URL or cloning the repository to our local repository. Git clone from GitHub, okay. Git undo, git revert, okay. What is the git revert? Just we check. So revert is the command we use when we want to take a previous commit and add it as a new commit, keeping the log intact. First thing, we need to find the point we want to return to, okay. To do that, we need to go through the log to avoid the very long log list, using the use the on one line option, which gives just one line per commit showing, okay. The first 7 characters of the commit hash, and second is like the commit message, okay. When you use the one line option, which gives just one line per commit showing that first 7 character of the commit hash and the commit message. This is the one line showing after by pushing the one line, okay. Git revert head. What is the git revert head? We revert the latest commit using git revert head, it means revert the latest change and then commit. By adding the option hyphen hyphen no hyphen edit, we can skip the commit message editor, okay, getting the default revert message. Git revert head hyphen hyphen no hyphen edit. Git revert to any commit. To revert the earlier commits, use git revert head. X belongs number 1 going back 1 and more 2 going back to more, etc. Git reset. What is reset? Reset is the command we use when we want to move the repository back to a previous commit, discarding any changes made after that commit. First get the 7 characters of the commit hash from the log of the commit that you want to go back. Then we reset our repository back to the specific commit using git reset commit hash. Commit hash being the first 7 characters of the commit hash we found in the log. Okay. So git reset commit hash. What is that? Git undo reset. Okay. So we can just see even even the commits are no longer, okay, if your commits are no longer showing in the log and it is not removed from the git, if we know the commit hash, we can reset it to it using the git reset commit hash. Okay. What is meant by git amend? Commit hyphen hyphen amend is used for modify the most recent commit. It combines changes the in staging environment with the latest commit, okay, and creates a new commit. This new commits replaces with the latest commit indirectly. And one of the simplest thing you can do with like hyphen hyphen amend is to change a commit message, okay, like git commit hyphen hyphen amend and hyphen yum commit message. Using this, the previous commit is replaced with our amended one. Okay. So git amend files, like adding files with hyphen hyphen amend, works the same way as above. Just add them to the staging environment and before the committing. Okay. And here commit hyphen hyphen yum hyphen hyphen amend is used to modify the most recent commit. Okay. It combines the changes in the staging environment with the latest commit. Okay. It combines the changes in the staging environment with the latest commit and creates a new commit. Okay. This new commit replaces with the latest commit entirely. One of the most simplest thing you can do with hyphen hyphen amend is to change a commit message, like git commit hyphen hyphen amend hyphen yum and commit message. Okay. This is used to modify the most recent commit. Okay. Git undo reset. So this is the Git and GitHub information, and this is very useful for coders, developers, and software development, software automation testers. So it is very important. So just we are going in this document of the Git. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel for watching the more videos on software testing. And so thanks. Stay curious, stay positive, and take care. Thanks. Bye bye.